do exit out, try to prevent a little bit of a bottleneck there as everyone trying to get out of the speedway after the races tonight. So we will have the north gate open after the for folks to get out of the races tonight as well. But again, first of two big B mains for the J&J Fitting Stock Cars. Your front row is the 49 of Ryan Harris, Sean Johnson to the outside. Zach Olivier, the 71, always very fast. He's starting deep in the pack as green main number 1 goes green. Ryan Harris slides up. He takes the top spot. Sean Johnson second. John DeBoer third. Mike Jensen, Zach Olivier inside the top 5. Jensen and Olivier on the bottom side of the speedway. Everybody else running through that middle groove. It's Ryan Harris out front. Ryan Harris, Sean Johnson, DeBoer, Jensen, Olivier, your top 5. The T17 of Brenton Palmer and Jason Johnson rounding out the field. Olivier catfishing down low, trying to make it work. Meanwhile, battle for second shapes up as Johnson got a little loose. That allows DeBoer to get by. Move the 16J machine of John DeBoer up into that runner-up spot. Sean Johnson battling with Mike Jensen for third. Zach Olivier holding down the 5th spot. But up front, Ryan Harris got a new wrap on the 49 car. He's starting to pull away from the field. Zach Olivier trying to make that bottom side work. He's inside of Mike Jensen. Got Sean Johnson in front of him as well. Olivier on the bottom trying to make it work. Jason Johnson on the front stretch having some trouble in the J2. He continues on as Olivier on the bottom trying to complete the pass for that 4th spot. As cross flags wave, we are halfway home here in B main number 1. Harris, your leader, DeBoer second. Olivier slider in front of Sean Johnson. Moves Zach Olivier into the 3rd spot. So this time by Ryan Harris, your leader. John DeBoer second. Zach Olivier third. They're all safe. As have been told, we're actually taking the top four from each B main to the feature event. So Mike Jensen completed the pass around Sean Johnson. Jensen holding that 4th and final transfer spot as we made that change to the lineup. Mike Jensen in the 4th spot. He's the one on the last one in. Sean Johnson, first one on the outside. As they're trying to make that feature event a little bit later on tonight. Your leader, Ryan Harris, in turn 3. Going to put Jason Johnson a lap down as he comes off turn 4 to the white flag. Johnson making his debut in a stock car. Having a little bit of trouble as the white flag waves. Harris still your leader. Harris will put Johnson a lap down. Lost a bunch of ground, though. Bigger lead was lost. John DeBoer second. Olivier and Jensen your top 4. As everyone else sliding by the J2 machine of Johnson. Checkered flag in the air. B main number 1 goes to the 49. It's flying Ryan Harris. John DeBoer second. Zach Olivier third. 4th and final transfer spot to the 28 of Mike Jensen. Change was made to take 4, so we'll start 24 cars in the main event a little bit later on tonight for the J&J Fitting Stock Cars. We're picking up B main number 1, the 49 machine. That is Ryan Harris. Second goes to the 16J out of Little Rock, John DeBoer. Third, the 71 is Zach Olivier. And the 4th and final transfer spot goes to the 28 of Mike Jensen. Featuring Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, and more. On a hot summer's day, nothing refreshes you like an ice-cold Pepsi. I've got 2 of them up here in the booth myself. Make sure you get them at your nearest convenience store or down at the concession stand and pick up all the great Pepsi products you can right here at Park Jefferson Speedway. Green flag waves, B main number 2. Let's get back to it. Zach Ankrum working the bottom side of the speedway, trying to get a big jump move up into the top 3, and will. Down the backstretch, your leader is Brendan Schmidt in the 219. The F1 of Levi Feldman second, Van Beek third. Zach Ankrum working the bottom side is the 219 way high in the corner. Schmidt, your leader. Feldman, second. Ankrum, Van Beek, Winslow, Jones, your running order. As Zach Ankrum catfishing the bottom side of the speedway, holding down that third spot. But here comes Kurt Van Beek with a big run. Van Beek trying to get around Ankrum for third spot. But out front, once again, the 219 of Brendan Schmidt. Awful high, but he's making it work. The high line has been the fast line around Park Jefferson Speedway the last few races, but Schmidt taking that high line to an even higher point. But the 219 car making it work, making the long trip down from Hillsboro, North Dakota, trying to find his way into the feature and pick up a check later on this evening. This time by, we are halfway home in B main number 2. Brendan Schmidt still holds down the top spot. Levi Feltman, Kurt Van Beek, now a great battle for fourth. Zach Ankrum still working that inside line. Paul Winslow all the way at the top side of the speedway. As Ankrum just not getting the momentum. Glenn Jones goes around in turn 2 in the 13 car. Glenn Jones stays on the gas. He's going to keep it going. We're going to stay clean and green as Jones will have lost a lot of real estate. But up front, it's all Brendan Schmidt, 219. Brendan Schmidt out front, your leader. Positions 2, 3, 4, and 5, battling it out all over the track. And that's the thing. One of those cars will not make the feature if they continue to run as they are now. Schmidt, your leader. Feldman, Winslow, and Van Beek, your top 4. Zach Ankrum, first car on the outside looking in. Ankrum's going to have to pick up a spot if he wants to make the feature later tonight. They're 3 wide for the third spot down the backstretch. Everybody getting stretched out as Ankrum continues on that bottom side. Does not have the momentum, not getting up off the corner as the white flag waves. 1 to go for Brendan Schmidt. Levi Feltman, Paul Winslow, Kurt Van Beek, Zach Ankrum, your top 5. Ankrum still trying to work the bottom side of the speedway. Van Beek down to block. Van Beek and Ankrum going to settle that 4th spot for the 4th and final transfer position into the feature. But off turn 4, he's making the trip from North Dakota Worth. At first one of the checkered flag, Brendan Schmidt. Second will go to Feldman. Winslow third, and Zach Ankrum completes the pass around Van Beek at the line. Zach Ankrum 4th will get the 4th and final transfer spot into the 24-car stock car main event later on tonight. With those 4 cars moving into the main event, Schmidt, Feltman, Van Beek. Your 24-car starting lineup for the J&J Fitting Stock Car main event. Make some noise, it's time to go feature racing. Lights are out around the speedway. 24 cars set to go. Feature racing for the J&J Fitting IMCA Stock Cars. Pace picks up. Green flag goes down. Let's do this. Oh, brother, to the surprise of no one, Eli Zevenbergen takes the 66 car to the lead. Aaron Gilliam slow in the 4 machine. Colby Clausen loops it around in turn 2. Might have made contact with that infield tire. Clausen stops in 2. We'll have a caution on the speedway. Colby Clausen working the bottom side of the speedway in turn 2. Looking at the position of that tire right there in turn 2. Got to think Colby might have clipped that tire working his way through the corner. Brad Grotenheis is Eli Zevenberg in your front row. Kevin Bruck, Aaron Gilliam, row 2. Green flag's out. We're back to racing. Jason Ward working the bottom side of the speedway. Trying to get up under to Grotenheis. Travis Barker thinks the same thing. They're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch. Barker inside. Ward to Grotenheis. Falls back to the 4th spot. Up front, it's Eli Zevenbergen, and then it is a gaggle of cars back behind him. 2 and 3 wide they go. Beat still my heart. I could have swore I seen a 4 wide off turn 4. As Zevenbergen out front, he's avoiding the madness at all costs. Travis Barker, Jason Ward, Kevin Bruck, Brad Grotenheist, your top 5. After that, there's still 2x2 do-si-doing around Park Jefferson Speedway. Bo Lundquist trying to work the bottom of the speedway, has to check up. He falls back, loses a little bit of ground. Zevenbergen at the front of the field. He's really starting to pull away from the field. As back in the pack, they're still 2 and 3 wide, racing for position. Zevenbergen out front. He's got a big lead over Travis Barker, Jason Ward, Kevin Bruck, Todd Giroux now inside the top 5. Field all beginning to work the top side of the speedway. Back in the pack, Mitch Dowhauer, Justin Regner's battling for position. They're about 10th or 11th deep. Pulling up on the back of the 4, J. Varen Gilliam. A little bit farther forward, Bo Lundquist looks the inside of Brad Grotenheist. That's for the 7th spot as Colby Clausen goes around once again in turn 2. Pointing the wrong direction. We're going to have caution. Caution for the 34K, Colby Clausen. Made contact with that inside tire once again. Kevin Bruck on the inside of his outside. That is the 94 Todd Giroux, Aaron Kane, Brad Grotenheist, Bo Lundquist, Casey Jones. Green flag is out. Here we go. Whole lot of rubbing down the front stretch. They're going to go 4 wide back in the pack. Taylor to Grotenheist, Dowhauer, Jones, everybody getting crazy in turns 1 and 2. Brad Grotenheist must have an anchor hooked out. He's falling all the way back in the pack. Trouble for the 268. To Grotenheist, looks like he's going to make that hard right turn, head off into the pit area. As Zevenbergen is out front, about a 4 car length advantage over Travis Barker. Couple car lengths back to Jason Ward, then a great battle for 4th with Todd Giroux, Kevin Bruck, and Aaron Kane. Kane and Bruck side by side now for 5th as Aaron Kane to the top side of the speedway takes over the 5th spot. Bo Lundquist and Casey Jones battling for 7th and 8th. Mitch Dowhauer on the outside of that battle. He wants to join as well. Eli Zevenbergen slowly beginning to stretch it out now over Travis Barker, Jason Ward, Todd Giroux, Aaron Kane. Kevin Bruck in the 0-1 looking outside of Bo Lundquist, Casey Jones, Mitch Dowhauer. Those 4 cars seem to be joined at the hip all around the speedway. Mitch Dowhauer literally letting the right side hang as he runs that 7 car down through the front stretch into turns 1 and 2. As we reach the halfway point, some folks are coming, some folks are going, but Eli Zevenbergen is your leader. Zevenbergen really starting to open it up now over Barker and Ward. Top 5 cars starting to stretch out now over the battle for 6th with Lundquist, Jones, and the 7 Emma Dowhauer. Kane looks the inside of Todd Giroux in a battle for 4th down the backstretch. Kane inside, Giroux outside. But up front, Zevenbergen almost a full straightaway lead over Travis Barker. The 7M, Mitch Dowhauer, do believe he lost his passenger side door. Dowhauer completes the pass around Lundquist for the 7th spot. The right side door of the 7M is mysteriously missing. I do believe it might have won off the top of turns 1 and 2. But Eli Zevenbergen has checked out from the field. Zevenbergen a full straightaway ahead of Travis Barker. 6-7 car links back to Jason Ward. About the same back to Aaron Kane, Todd Giroux, Casey Jones, Mitch Dowhauer, all battling it out now inside the top 7. Another lap down, and Eli Zevenbergen has checked out. Have to wonder if lap traffic will come into play in the closing laps. Mitch Dowhauer around Casey Jones for the 6th spot. Dowhauer started deep in the field, started 16th all the way up to 6th. But this time by 2 laps to go for Zevenbergen. Zevenbergen kind of found a pace that works for him, trying to hold on for 2 more laps. Look out, cars go around in 1 and 2. Mike Jensen goes around, another car stopped at the top of turn number 3. That's going to bring out the caution. Mike Jensen and another car got together in turns 3 and 4. That other car, Jason Ward, row 2, Aaron Kane, Todd Giroux, Mitch Dowhauer, Casey Jones. Lights are out, green flag, here we go. Green, white, checkered finish. Zevenbergen blocking Ward for the top spot. Travis Barker trying to work the bottom side of the speedway, get a good run. Ward going to come down the hill. Barker up to block. They're still 2x2 for positions 2 through 7. But up front, white flag in the air. Eli Zevenbergen is your leader. Zevenbergen, Ward a little high. Barker trying to capitalize down low. Ward going to charge back on the outside. 2nd and 3rd still wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Off of turn number 4. Here we go at the line. Your feature winner is the 66 of Eli Zevenbergen. Jason Ward, Travis Barker, Todd Giroux, Aaron Kane, your top 5. Aaron Kane holding down the 5th spot. 6th to go to Casey Jones. 7th, Mitch Dowhauer. Eli Zevenbergen got the advantage of starting up front and took full advantage. Drove off from the field and picked up the feature win. Had 6 feature wins last season. Already finding his way to victory lane early on tonight here at Park Jefferson Speedway. We'll get Eli, the flag man, down to victory lane, do some photos, a little song and dance. Great field of cars tonight for the J&J Fitting Stock Cars as well. 30 cars signed in, 24 cars making the main event. He picked up 6 feature wins last season, then took off traveling, trying to pick up a bunch of money all around the country. That is one bad, fast stock car. He can hear your feature winner, Eli Zevenbergen.